Hello everyone! In honor of the upcoming release of Justice League, I decided to revisit Justice League Doom from 2012. Here we go. Justice League Doom stars Kevin Conroy as Batman, Tim Daly as Superman, Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman, Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, Carl Lumbly as Martian Manhunter, Michael Rosenbaum as The Flash, Bumper Robinson as Cyborg, with Phil Morris as Vandal Savage. It is directed by Lauren Montgomery and written by Dwayne McDuffie. So that's the cast and crew of everyone involved with Justice League Doom, and for the most part, it has the cast from the Justice League cartoon reprise their roles, except Michael Rosenbaum, instead of being Wally West, he's now Barry Allen. But you do get most of the same voices. George Newbern could not return, so they got Tim Daly from the Superman animated series to voice Superman. And of course, Phil Morris, he's no stranger to DC Comics. He was Martian Manhunter in Smallville. He returns as Vandal Savage, in which he also voiced in the Savage Time episodes of Justice League. And overall, this is a sequel to Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. I really like Justice League Doom. It has a lot of homages to previous incarnations of these characters, but it's a really great plot. It has an original story, but the basis of it pretty much follows Justice League, the Tower of Babel storyline from the comic books. And instead of Ra's al Ghul being the villain, we have Vandal Savage as a villain. Pretty much Tower of Babel involves somebody breaking into the Batcave and stealing Batman's contingency plans to eliminate the Justice League. Batman secretly had these plans to basically, in case any members of the Justice League were corrupt or went rogue, he would have plans to stop them. They stole it, and now they're using it against the Justice League. The problem is, the Justice League does not know that Batman kept these contingency plans in motion in case of an event. And that's the problem. It doesn't start off like that right away, though. It starts with the Justice League working together. We get to be introduced to all the characters. They take down the Royal Flush Gang in a really exciting opening. Nathan Fillion provides a lot of comedic relief with Michael Rosenbaum as both Flash and Green Lantern. It's kind of different because in the series it was Jon Stewart and this one's Hal Jordan. He really does a good job here, and then afterwards we really get to see the different personal lives of all these heroes. Martian Manhunter, it's his birthday. He's afraid of fire, but you get to see his friends and a woman he likes, and him basically hide the fact that he's a Martian. And it's really great, but it's really disturbing that Batman had these plans to go after the Justice League. But, that really says a lot about Batman. He's not exactly a team player, but he's always prepared no matter what. And Mirror Master, one of the Flash's villains, hides inside the Batmobile mirror and was able to get out while nobody was around in the Batcave and steal the plans. So Vandal Savage has his plan in motion to take out the Justice League. And we're introduced to different villains: Star Sapphire, Metallo, Bane, Cheetah, and a White Martian. So we kind of meet the opposites and other adversaries for the Justice League to face, but it's really cool because Vandal Savage's lair is really reminiscent of the Hall of Doom from the comics and cartoons. So for any Super Friends fanatics out there and people who watch the Super Friends, you might see some homages to the past in this. But I love that when each plan goes into motion, there's different ways to eliminate the team. So Superman deals like Kryptonite, Wonder Woman's fighting Cheetah. You have different things to challenge each of the members of the Justice League. And Batman is not affected because they stole the plan, so his dilemma is not only telling the team, hey, this is my fault, but saving them from a plan he came up with. So that really adds a lot of tension and really adds to the conflict of the movie. Vandal Savage, he has a cool origin. I really like the cartoon Vandal Savage. Phil Morris does an amazing job as Vandal Savage, and he's a lot more menacing in the cartoons than Vandal Savage was in live action, such as in Legends of Tomorrow and other stuff like that. Metallo, yeah, the Chief from Arrow plays Metallo. He does a good job. You have Bane and a lot of other people. It's really cool seeing like two teams go against each other. The stakes are high, but they're not as high as Two Earths. It's all in one Earth, but it's cool because it's still about Doom. It's called Justice League Doom, and it's about a doomsday scenario that ultimately the Justice League at the end must stop. And what also comes into play is their distrust towards Batman with that plan. And it really creates a lot of tension, like I said earlier. Overall, it's a highly enjoyable animated film. This is only 77 minutes, so it's a little bit longer than some others, but it's very well made, and it's written by the late, great Dwayne McDuffie, creator of Static Shock. He used to write a lot of episodes of the TV show. He wrote the video game of Justice League Heroes. Yeah, this was his last project, and it's really well done. I like it. If you're a fan of the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoon, you will like this movie. It really does feel a lot like that, but with more of the modern animation that you saw in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths or Superman Batman Public Enemies. I really, really like this film. I give it a 4 out of 5 and an A minus. You also get a lot of jokes in there too for past incarnations. You have Superman saying, "I could turn back time by just rotating the Earth on its axis," and Batman's just like, "I could name a million different reasons why that wouldn't work." Such a funny scene considering it's a homage to Superman the movie, but it's an enjoyable film, action-packed, with great action scenes. The voice actors do a phenomenal job. Michael Rosenbaum, Susan Eisenberg, all of them. Kevin Conroy, as always, as Batman. Tim Daly. It's nice hearing them as Batman, Superman again. They do a fantastic job. This feels like a spiritual sequel to not only Justice League the cartoon, but it's a sequel to Crisis on Two Earths. This is an awesome movie. They show it on HBO occasionally, but if you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out. DVD or Blu-ray. Maybe it's in a bargain bin now. This came out in 2012, but they also show it a lot on HBO Family. So if you have on demand, see if it's on demand. It's worth a watch, especially before the Justice League movie this month. But if you have seen Justice League Doom, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the film? It surprised me. I wish more films were like this with the Justice League. I really liked it better than Justice League War, and it continued a lot of the great stuff that was in Crisis on Two Earths. But I liked it. It was a really interesting story and an interesting spin on the Tower of Babel storyline. I wouldn't mind seeing an incarnation of that later on too. But yeah, I liked it. So if you like this video, click the like button, comment, let me know what you think about this film, and subscribe for more videos. Be on the lookout for my favorite Superman films.